Good evening, I'm Ashley Bastock. We begin with the latest on the international Ebola crisis and Dr. Kent Brantley, the American doctor who contracted the deadly virus while completing aid work in Liberia. On Saturday, Brantley was admitted to an isolation unit at an Atlanta hospital. According to the director of the CDC, Dr. Tom Frieden, Brantley is improving. Doctors were encouraged when Brantley made the short walk from the ambulance to the hospital with assistance of an aid worker. While the 113th Congress is officially in recess, Friday marked the beginning of a 5-week congressional vacation, with this Congress becoming one step closer to being the most unproductive and most divided in history. As of Wednesday, Congress has passed just 142 laws. That's 9 fewer than the 112th Congress, the least productive Congress of all time, passed in the same amount of time. In comparison, the 80th Congress, dubbed the Do-Nothing Congress by President Harry Truman, passed 906 laws. Well, for the second straight day, residents of Toledo, Ohio still cannot drink their tap water. And while Mayor D. Michael Collins said Sunday that the level of toxins in the water is decreasing, there are still 400,000 residents without water. Tests reveal high amounts of the toxin microcystin, which can be responsible for liver damage. Algae blooms in Lake Erie are believed to be responsible for the toxin. The Ohio National Guard brought in 33,000 gallons of drinkable water for residents over the weekend. And finally, Paul George is now resting comfortably after undergoing surgery Saturday. The Indiana Pacers star suffered a gruesome compound fracture in his lower leg during the U.S. national team's intra-squad scrimmage on Friday. Head coach Mike Krzyzewski ended the scrimmage after the injury. George could be rehabbing for up to the next 11 months. Pacers president Larry Bird said, quote, "Any discussion regarding the future of our team would be inappropriate at this time. Our focus is solely on Paul and doing whatever we can to help," end quote. That's all your news out of Washington today. Stay tuned for Nightly News with Brian Williams at 7. I'm Ashley Bastock, NBC News. Good afternoon, I'm Ashley Bastock. We begin with international news from Gaza, where the conflict continues to escalate between Israelis and Palestinians. Officials are now reporting that Israel shot down a drone flying over the Gaza Strip Monday morning. This marks the first time that Hamas, the Palestinian militant group, has sent an unmanned aircraft into Israeli airspace. Hamas has also posted a video online from another drone mid-flight. Israel now faces 2 sworn enemies with drone capabilities, the other threat coming from Hezbollah. And here at home, immigration continues to be a lingering issue for both Congress and President Obama. The government remains divided over what should be done with unaccompanied children who cross the border. In particular, those who travel thousands of miles to escape desperate conditions in South American countries. The Obama administration's new strategy targets the parents of these South American children, saying there will be no reward for sending their children north and that deportation is likely if they are caught. However, there continues to be massive pushback from members of the Democratic Party who oppose any sort of massive deportation efforts. Well, the controversy continues to mount surrounding Army Sergeant Bowe Bergdahl, who was rescued after 5 years of Taliban captivity. Now he is returning to active military duty after completing 6 weeks of treatment at a Texas hospital. The investigation into why exactly Bergdahl left his post in Afghanistan is ongoing, and he is expected to be interviewed within the coming weeks amongst allegations of desertion from fellow soldiers. According to an Army official, Bergdahl will be free to leave the base unescorted while off duty. And finally, sometimes it is possible to go home again. After weeks of speculation, LeBron James announced Friday via a letter in Sports Illustrated that he would be returning home to Cleveland, Ohio, and rejoin the Cavaliers after 4 years with the Miami Heat. James agreed to a 2-year, $42.1 million deal with the team. James is also expected to re-sign with the Cavs prior to the 2016 season. James ended his letter to fans saying, quote, "In Northeast Ohio, nothing is given, everything is earned. You work for what you have. I'm ready to accept the challenge. I'm coming home," end quote. This wraps up our news for the day. Thanks for joining us in the nation's capital. I'm Ashley Bastock, NBC News, Washington.